Hey everybody, I want to do a video on the Army Painter Mega Paint set that I just recently got. I'm really excited about this box set. A couple days ago I was in the process of painting some stuff and I was looking for a color in my paint collection, and I opened it up and it was completely chalked out. It was a GW Paint, Games Workshop. Not Games Workshop, but I've had my paints for quite a while, and I haven't painted in a long time, so I haven't really taken care of them too well. I do have some other paints from other companies like Vallejo and Raul Partha, and they all come in, the Vallejo and the Partha come in these eyedropper bottles, so those were fine. You shake them up, they're good to go. But some of the GW paints are a little older. They came with those little plastic pop caps, and those are really crappy. There's always air getting in and out of there, so those paints really didn't last long. Anyway, long story short, I wound up throwing out about 35 pots of paint, which is just, it's just ridiculous. And there's a couple of things I chalk it up to. Primarily time. I've actually had some of those paints for a really long time, and they've sat there in my toolbox for a really long time. So that plus poor pots. The paint pots were just, for a while there from GW, they were just really bad pots. They didn't really work very well. In all honesty, I actually have a paint pot from the year 2000. One of the original GW paint pots with the plastic rubbery suction cap. It's like a pill bottle cap. You pop it off. That actually was still good. Gave it a couple shakes. Still good. So it's just, it's a testament to that the design of the pots just didn't work very well. Even some of the newer GW pots, they have that old school design on them. And, some of those were even wasted in my tool bin. So I was a little bit depressed, gotta say, kind of put the pause on the painting, and I had just gotten back into painting, recently. So, I was a little bit out of it. I was talking to the wife on the phone, texting her back and forth. I had forgotten that about a year ago, I want to say this is a 2017 edition. I want to say about a year ago, I put this on my Amazon wish list. I totally forgot about it because I just don't check the wish list. It's not, I just don't go on there. I just put it on there just to remind myself, hey, it's something you may want to look into. It was about $120 at the time, which it seems like a lot, but when you actually add up the cost of each of these paints, they're at $3 to $4 now. That's not too bad. Considering GW paints are almost $5 a pop. Some are a little more. It's not bad. And I knew, after recent events, I wasn't going to get 35 pots of paint. I wasn't going to go out and buy 35 pots of paint. It's just not going to happen. So like I said, I was a little depressed about it. And I was talking to the wife, like I said. By the end of the day, she had gotten home from work. We were going on back and forth about a couple things. And she said, oh, by the way, I ordered you a paint set from Amazon. And I said, oh, okay, that's cool. I appreciate it. What did you get? And she's like, it should be here today, because I guess it was one of those same day delivery things. And it came in, like, no sooner did she talk about it, it came in, and I opened up the box, and I was blown away. I was like, what the hell? And I was kind of like, I appreciate it. I love the fact that she did that. It was just amazing. But I was kind of like, damn, I wish I would have known, because I don't know what paints I have, what I don't have. I got to go through them again. But that aside, it was just an awesome gift. And I wanted to open it up for you guys to see what's inside. I know what's inside. It says there's 50 paints, but it's actually like 46 paints, and 4 inks or washes, or yeah, I think shades, washes, inks, whatever you want to call them. I want to say people were saying that these are more like inks, like GW's old inks. So it's more like that than it is like a wash or a shade like they're new shades now. So it's not the same. And then there's 5 metallics. I count those as paints, but it's 5 metallics. It looks like 3 silvers and 1 gold, 1 bronze or brass. And just a nice basic palette of paints that come with this set, you know. And you've got your key here, kind of show you what paints come with it. So this set actually comes with a paintbrush and a how-to guide. And you know, it's nothing big, no big deal. The how-to guide is actually, if you go into any gaming shop that has a display for the Army Painters, they actually have this for free. It just says take one, it's free. And it's pretty cool, man. It's just a quick little, you know, information guide on, you know, how to use their paints with their washes. They also go over some of their tools that they have, you know. A friend of mine actually picked up some of the tools. He says he likes them. It's pretty cool. I have a preference for clippers, so I buy my clippers specifically from Testors. That's just one of those things. I just happen to like their clippers the best. But here you have, you know, another paint palette. You've got, you know, they're showing you like the colors with what washes or inks. So it's actually kind of cool. This is a cool little thing that they offer, and it's free. You know, you can just go and pick one up, or if you get this paint set, it comes in this paint set. There's the key for the ultimate paint set or the complete paint set that they have out now. I don't know if it's out still, but it was out for a little while. They actually had these dips where it was like a huge can of formula, and you painted your model, you did all your paint colors, dipped the model, there's your shade. That was pretty cool. I wasn't a fan of that. I'm not a fan of that process, but it is what it is, and I know a lot of people swear by it, especially when you're just painting. You're trying to get an army painted up just to get it on the field, you know, or the battlefield. You know, that's pretty cool. Supposedly on the website, they actually have a lot more information. So if you're looking to paint something specific, there's probably a reference to it on the website. So it's not bad. It's actually a pretty lengthy little book, and it goes over their tufts, their sprays, which is one of the things I like about Army Painter, is that it has 100% color match for their spray cans, which is really cool. If you're looking to match that close to, you know, I know a lot of times, you know, with Games Workshop and some other companies, you know, like Vallejo, well, they don't even have sprays. You just put it in your airbrush and go. But like Games Workshop, when you get their spray, you go to paint on the same color, you got a couple shades off. I never found it as a big deal. I was just kind of like, whatever, it's something you just worked with. But it wasn't until I saw these I was like, okay, that's kind of cool. So we're gonna pop this open real quick. My trusty Kershaw blur. Let's get this open. Very cool. There's actually some stuff on the side here. There's more color keys. I call them color keys. I don't know what you guys call those. There's some paintbrush selections. There's another advertisement. They actually have different paint sets that you can pick up. Like I think they just released a Dungeons and Dragons paint set, which is kind of cool. It comes with, you know, specific colors and whatnot. Nothing is specific to the set. Like there's Kings of War, there's Dungeons and Dragons and stuff. There's nothing specific or exclusive to those sets as far as paints go, as far as I know. It's just these paints again, but it's cool. You know, it gives you another selection of those paints. Here's the brush. It's like a regiment brush, I guess. Yeah, Wargamer Regiment. It's got a decent tip. From what I'm hearing, these aren't the best brushes, but again, if you're just trying to like get your army up and going quickly, you know, this'll do. I've never used one of these triangle brushes. It's kind of comfortable. It's not bad. It's got a good purchase. I'll have to give it a try. I definitely want to give it a try and see how it goes. So you get an empty tray, which I understand supposedly holds this brush. Maybe not, but it does. You can just set it in there. You know, you just set your brush in there. Some people are saying you can use this as a palette if you wanted to, but I will probably be using it for some of my Vallejos and other colors I have. Here's that manual again. It comes free. Like I said, this is actually a pretty good little book, and I'm sure like you go to their website and they've got even more information on there for you. Really cool. Doesn't look like the colors are in any specific order, but that's okay. I'll have to organize those a little better. It's an interesting color. Very cool purple. I want to say they're technical paints. Lava orange. There's no shake in there at all. I gotta shake these up really good. Supposedly that they all come with some kind of medium inside the pots already, so that, you know, in case they're sitting on the shelf for a really long time, they'll be okay. I don't know. I do know that most of these types of pots have it in there, just because, you know, of the nature of paints per se. There's a metallic. So you do have to shake these up. I'm going to order some glass 8mm BBs to kind of throw in here as agitators. Some people say stainless steel, like Luke on Luke's Affordable Painting Service. He's got a pretty cool website. He goes over this in great detail. He does it. He puts stainless steel ball bearings in there, but I hear that the steel is not necessarily good for the paint. It eventually starts to get into the formula. There's a technical paint called Dry Rust. This is one of the 2 technical paints you get. I know there's 2. I'm not sure what the other one was. I think it's Blood. Yeah, this is it here. It's supposed to be like fresh blood. And there's no sound. But yeah, I ordered some glass 8mm BBs. It's a bit pricey as far as BBs go, but what I'm going to use them for, I mean, they're going to go in these bottles and pretty much help me keep them usable. I'm going to try and take better care of the paints. As that, like I said, my other paint situation, that was partly my fault for just ignoring them for so long, and never using them. Look at this green. That is a bright green. It's like scorpion green almost. Jungle green. Very cool. nice color too. What is this? Army green. Seems as though there's a lot of military colors in here. Alien purple. That's cool. That's a nice yellow too. So I'll probably rearrange all of these just to kind of keep them closer together in scale of color than of what they need. But it's a very cool set, and actually it was a lot cheaper than I originally remember. It was like 89 bucks on Amazon. Same day shipping, we got it, so that was super cool. And again, the wife picked it up for me. She was awesome. You know, she made that happen. There you go. The Army Painter Mega Paint set from Army Painters. Very cool set. I want to say GW used to offer big box paint sets like this, but they stopped doing it after a while. And now they just offer the small sets. And they actually offer some with pots that are even smaller. You know, so you have to really be careful what you're buying. Just do your I know it sounds stupid, but shop smart, man. You know, check your sizes of your pots, what you're going to need. You're buying a color you need. You obviously, you know, like an Army color. For example, I have an Army of Death Guard, so I need that green. I need a lot of it. So I'm not going to buy small pots for $3 a pop. You know, I'm going to spray a lot of it because it's cheaper, and then touch them up with the pots of paint. But you know, I used to buy them one pot at a time because it was like, oh, I only need this or I only need that. But like I said, a recent situation, I needed a whole slew of paints. I was in the need of green, I was in the need of yellow, couldn't find any that were not dried out. So like I said, I put the pause on the painting for a little while. But now that I have this, I'm going to get those agitators and hopefully get to using them right away, so I could do maybe another video, a follow-up video on just my thoughts on how the paints work, what's the best way to use them, stuff like that, if they work for me, stuff like that. But that's it. That's the Army Painter Mega Paint Set. 50 paints and a brush and a manual. It's not really 50 paints, but you know what I mean. 46 paints and 44 it's actually 44 paints, 4 inks, and 2 technical paints, if you want to be specific. But anyway, that's that. Thank you guys for watching.